This is the grandson of Right Thought. Somebody commented on one of my videos, and they were saying, you can't control your emotions 100% of the time. It's not possible to control your emotions all the time. And that's true. I agree with that. You see, it's not your job to control your emotions. It's just your job to acknowledge them 100% of the time. Not to control them, but to acknowledge them, to understand them. You see? If you don't acknowledge that you have them, then you won't make the necessary movements. You won't make the necessary changes in your thought patterns and the things that you're thinking about. Because as a man thinks, so is he. So if he wants to change what he is or circumstance he finds himself in, which is what he is, then he has to change his thought. And he will change his thought based upon the emotions that he finds himself feeling in the circumstances that he's in. So, controlling your emotions is not about what we would think of as control in this world. You see? It's just acknowledging them. Thinking of your emotions or your feelings as a woman, because I told you the feelings are the woman. The thought is the man. So the thought takes note of the feelings that it feels. Wait a second. Okay, I'm in this circumstance. It makes me feel that feeling. So this person that's commenting is under the assumption that what I mean by what I was saying was that you control them by saying, I'm not going to feel that feeling. I am going to feel this feeling. I choose to feel this feeling in this circumstance. No, you simply change the circumstance with your thoughts. I am this. That changes the circumstance. You don't deal with the circumstance. That makes the circumstance real. You're going to still be in the same emotion, see? If you allow yourself to be in the same state of being in your thoughts, then your feelings won't change. Your emotions won't change. You're trying to force your feelings to feel different, even though your thoughts haven't changed. You have to receive the new thought. You have to receive it so that it can conceive and bear a child. A woman wants to bear a child, she has to receive the seed from a man. You see? She has to receive it. If she rejects it, then she won't bear a child. And that's what happens when your feelings reject the thought, or the woman rejects the man in the house. Now the house can't stand. You see? It'll fall. You see that? So the man is not trying to control his woman. You see? See, because a real relationship is built on trust. Now, what is trust? Now, I just recently heard two people in a relationship bragging about how they trust each other because they have each other's location on their phones. That's how they prove they trust each other. No, you're proving you don't trust each other by doing that. You see? I know in the worldly view, that looks like you're trusting each other. Well, we both know exactly where each other is at all times. Your word isn't good enough. That's what trust is. See, you ever heard of a trust fall? You stand in front of somebody and you fall back and you don't try to break the fall. You don't try to brace or none of that shit. You just fall back. The person behind you is going to catch you. You trust that they are. So trust really means you give up of yourself. You see? So you give up of your need to know where that person is when you trust them, when they say they're leaving. You don't need to know where they are because you believe that they are where they say they are. You've given yourself up. That's what trust is. So like I said, it's time that we come into understanding of what these things actually really are. It's not about controlling the emotions inside of yourself by forcing them to feel the feelings that match the thought. No, you just simply present the thought. That's all. You present it to the mind's eye. Wait a second, this is undesirable. Well, what is desirable? Then you start to think of thoughts. Then the thought says, this is desirable. And then the feelings go, wait, yeah, I agree. Now you have unity in the house. Your body. You see, your relationship. Now you have unity. But when the thought says, what about this? It make you feel better? The feelings go, no, not really. She doesn't believe those thoughts, in other words. She doesn't believe him. So then he has to offer another thought. Well, what about this? How about that? You believe that? Yeah, that does make me feel a little better. Then what about this? Yes, that does. That's what's actually happening with your emotions. You're not controlling them. You're offering alternatives to your emotions is what you're actually doing. You're giving your emotions or your feelings an opportunity to feel something different by offering different thoughts, different alternatives. Hey, take your mind off of that. Take your mind off that and focus on this now. How about that? That's actually the way that it works. And if you look at the world and you look at women in the world, unruled or unguided, unhusbanded, whatever you want to call it, an unregulated woman who the world calls a whore or whatever, that's how she lives. She lives based off of feelings. What feels good today? That don't make me feel good. So what I gotta do? I gotta do this to feel good. That's what she does. And then the next day she tries to figure out a way to feel good and do things to make herself feel good. You see? To make the feelings feel better. Well, the truth comes in, who is the true man, the truth, the right thought, see? He comes in and tells the feelings the truth of what it is. Then she no longer has to just chase after this or that or this or this or this and have idols. Now she can rest in the truth and have rest or Shabbat. You see? Now we as the bride of Christ or bride of the truth can only maintain a relationship with the truth if we are in unity with it. You see? Is when we step outside of unity with the truth is when we fall out of alignment with our own house. Our husband of our house, which is Christ. Who is the head of the man? Christ is. So in other words, who is the head of thought? Truth is. Don't you see how easy that is to understand? That the head of the man, which is thought, is Christ or truth. Truth is the head of the thought. And then thought is the head of the feeling. Or man is the head of the woman, in other words. These things are an allegory. The scriptures are always giving you an allegory to explain a higher truth. So man and woman is thought and feeling. And Christ is the head of the thought. And love is the head of the truth. That is the head of the thought. That is the head of the feelings. Simple. So that is to be your world that you exist in, you see? The world of truth and love. So that when you know what you're looking at, then you can tell your feelings what you're looking at and you don't have to control them. Bitch, you better fucking get happy. Fucking sitting there crying and shit. You better fucking get happy, bitch. That's what you're doing with your feelings. No, you have to just offer different thoughts, alternatives. That's gonna work out bad for me and then this is gonna go bad. Well, how do you know it's not working out for your benefit? All things work together for the good of those who love God. That's a man who's in divine alignment. He will say things like that. Then the woman goes, well, if everything's working out for my good, then what am I sad for? And he'd be like, why are you sad? Then the feelings change. He didn't control her. He just offered her an alternative to the same circumstance she was looking at. That's what a man does. That's what right thought does. Oh man, it's a beautiful thing when you understand it and you see it. And you see the house that Abba Yah was talking about in the Aleph Bet. When you look at the Aleph Bet, you'll see it. You'll see the family and the man in his house. And then you understand it. Right thought was kicked out of the house. See, your house, your body, right thought of truth was kicked out. So you had wrong thought leading you. A wrong husband inside your house leading you with wrong thoughts. And the feelings were matching those wrong thoughts. Yeah, that'd make it better. Yeah, I think that'd make it feel good. Then it didn't do it. It let you down. The man let the woman down. Wait a second, with a lie. Damn. Now, any relationship, the woman, when it comes down to it, she cannot respect a man who lies to her. That's all it is, brother. Just tell her the truth. I don't give a damn how ugly it is. Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. My bad, y'all. I had to take a quick phone call. But yeah. So like I said, it's that the man has been kicked out. So the feelings, like I said, she was let down by lies of wrong thought that lied to her, that deceived her and told her, you'll be wise and do this. You see the story? And then the woman said, oh, yes, I will. Then she partook of it and she died. It didn't give her what she was looking for. So she rejected her man. Right thought kicked him out the house. See? For wrong thought when she did that. You see? So she became desolate. And so why did the woman lose faith in the man? Because of the lie. In any relationship that is, in this world, in the 3D, that's really what it is for the woman. She'll put up with all kind of shit, but that lying shit, she can't respect that shit. That shit make her turn her lip up at you like this, like, nigga, you weak, you a letdown. See? Because you're telling her feelings she's going to have, and she doesn't have them. So you're a letdown. So then tell her the truth. Then she can't feel those feelings, see the feelings? She won't feel those feelings about you if you're just telling her the truth. You see? So when the woman has been let down, or your feelings in your house have been let down from wrong thought, then you become desolate on the inside, and you become what we call depressed in the 3D world, because you don't have a head. So what has to happen to you? You have to repent and turn back to right thought. See, you were listening to wrong thought. Now it's time to turn from wrong thought and listen to right thought, the word of the Most High. See, is Yahusha not called the Word of God? He is truth. See, because he's the head of man. Christ is truth. So when you come back home to truth, then your house is restored. And he's telling you the true thoughts that match the true feelings. I am blessed. Then you can start to feel that, and then it will start to manifest. And so then you come out of hell, or out of death, into life, into heaven, into life. You see, the land of the living. Those names that are written in the book of life. I am alive. I am a living being. Those who speak that way shall have it. Those who feel those feelings shall have it. Those who don't, which is the world that's on the outside of the walls right now, they don't understand this that I'm saying to you, that the kingdom of heaven is within you. It's restructuring the house within, submitting your thoughts to right thought, which is truth, Christ. And then your feelings will come in alignment with that, and the house will be restored, your house, and then you can now walk forward without ever being swayed or falling off of that rock of truth again. You see? Silawam Yisrael.